I got the 7-pin plugged in, and you know what? I think, hold on, let me try something. Let's see if that did it. Oh my goodness, this this is exciting. This was so easy. The wiring of this, the existing wiring that was already there, and boom, I have a backup camera on my trailer. This is fantastic. I'm pumped. Were you, like me, what's that, devilishly handsome? Well, yes, but no. Were you excited about the prospect of having a backup camera system on your new rig already set up and ready to go, like this one? Only to realize that in order to get that to work, you had to buy a really expensive monitor, and it wasn't even a 1080p monitor. I'm here to tell you that you can actually get a system set up very similar to this one for a fraction of the cost, and it's a 1080p monitor. Let me show you what that is. So we're going to do the unboxing. We're opening the Haloview BT7. This is a 7-inch wirelessly transmitted backup camera. It also works with 3 additional cameras. That's one of the features here. So let's see. Here's your water resistant rating, IP69K. That's for 4 channels. That shows you that it has nighttime vision, and you can also put in a memory card and have a DVR. So really cool. Full color at night. That's a nice feature. The other thing too that this one has over the Furrion is it is a 1080p. So you can see that right there on the box, 1080p, which is great. Plugged this in and I tested it out before I did the unboxing. Here we go. Nice packaging, nice firm solid styrofoam. We've got 2 user manuals, one for the LCD monitor and the other one for the actual backup camera. More styrofoam. This is really well packaged, I must say. Like, everything's cut to fit, and this is firm styrofoam, so it's very secure in the box. You got your 7-inch LCD monitor. You got all of your button items over here. This isn't a touchscreen, but you'll see everything on there. It works really well. Antenna port back here. This is for powering the device itself. I'll show you how that plugs in here in just a minute. You've got the camera right here, so you can see the lights here. They're LED lights on the side here that light it up at night. It works very quickly. There's a little sensor that if you put your finger over, it'll light it up. So that told me that it worked really well. Power cable here. There's a little piece of green sticking out the back here. Don't worry about that. That's just your ground wire. No reason to take it out of the sleeve there. It's got some shrink wrap on it. That plugs into a power cable, which I will show you here momentarily. Mounting dash components here, and another mounting plate. Here's a rubber pad for the actual camera here, so that'll go on to help weather seal everything. Just goes on the back there. Okay. 3 antennas. One goes into the camera. There's a port right here, and then there's 2 on top of the LCD right there. This is your testing cable. This is to pair it. This is actually what I plugged it into to test it beforehand, so I'm going to leave that in the box. This is a audio cable. It's got a 3.5mm jack right here. Not 100% sure what it's for. It may actually be, now that I'm looking at it. Oh, it's an outdoor component. So how you can tell indoor from outdoor components is you'll have a rubber seal around the port there. So if it doesn't have a rubber seal, it's an indoor or inside your truck component. If it has a rubber seal, it's for the outside. So that goes onto the camera somehow. I'll look at the user manual and figure that out. Here's your actual wiring piece. So this is pretty simple. And something that's really cool is it actually comes with wire connectors. So you can slip everything in, pinch that closed, and you've got a made connection. So pretty handy that they give you the items to actually put this all together. This is actually the cable that plugs into the head unit to power it. And this is probably my only complaint about how they put this together is I don't understand why you have to have a secondary plug in a plug that's already there. Like they should have just made this compatible that way. I don't know why this wasn't already on here. And then this piece was able to mount into this area layer. Anyway, small complaint, I guess. It's just an extra component I don't think is needed, but maybe there's a reason why. Last couple things, just some mounting brackets for the monitor right there, and that's it. That's everything in the box. Like I said, the pairing cable, we'll leave that in there. All this other stuff I'm probably going to use, or I may use, depending on what I see whenever we get everything mounted up there. All right, let's talk about the tools you're going to need. So you don't need both of these. You really only need one of them, and you can add an attachment to it if you need to screw something. I like the impact driver for screwing things. You can add multiple attachments, so depending on what you have to screw in, you can change that out really quickly. So it's nice to have this. This is probably a must. I've seen multiple installations that you have to actually drill out a bigger hole in order for all of the cabling to fit inside. So I don't know if that's the case or not. I'll find out when I get up there and open everything up. So we will see. But you definitely need at least one of these in order for this to work. If that hole isn't big enough, you are going to need a drill bit big enough for that. So you can get a pretty inexpensive one from. Sometimes they have these on sale. I think I got this for like $12 at Lowe's. It's a 14-piece drill bit set, so that's nice just to have in the camper. You should have that in. Next, you want to make sure that you have some impact driver bits. So if you have the impact driver and that's what you're using, just make sure you have a bit set. That way, so you run into screws up top, maybe square head. It's nice just to have these extra bits on hand and ready to go. Last but not least, you're going to need a wire stripper crimper combo. You don't have to have the combo, you can have them separate, but it's nice just to have them all right there. So it's got the different size terminals here that you can see and size up correctly for your crimps. It's got your wire sizing down here that you can use to strip back the sheathing to wire everything up. So can you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button? Hit the like button down below if you found any of this information helpful. We also are going to provide a link for anybody who's interested in buying the BT7 with the backup camera. We'll provide a link in there down at the bottom. You can find all that in the description. Leave us a comment on any of the stuff that you saw. If I said anything incorrectly, I'd love to know. And you know, I'll respond back with maybe I did use this, but I didn't show it in the video. So just let us know if there's anything that you want to see more in depth. We can maybe provide some additional footage that way. But just let us know by the comments down below. Click on the link down below in the description if you want to buy your own BT7 by Haloview. That's it for the tools. That's it for the unboxing. Now let's get to the installation. Now it's up to the roof. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so safety first. Try to, if you can, get a ladder. If you have storage for it, get a ladder that's tall enough to reach this back here, to reach the camera. I don't have anything like that, and we do not have the storage for it. So I'm hanging over the edge. Not a big deal. Got all my weight behind me, so I'm not worried about falling over the top, but this is going to be an uncomfortable position to do this, but it can be done. So I noticed that there are 4 screws to take out. They are the hex square head. So luckily I already had the one that was sized. They pretty much use the same screws throughout the entire RV, so this should be the right size. And I don't have to worry about it. Let's find out. Because it's got the same quick connector type. And 3. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, Haloview. If this little cable right here with the 3.5mm jack is all I need, I'm gonna be very happy. Very, very happy. So I got Sunny back there. She is my model for checking things out, and she's doing a wonderful job. Yeah. So really cool. You can adjust it manually to get your length and depth of everything on here up top. So it's pretty easy. You just adjust it up and down. This is probably a 2-person job just so you can get the right angles of stuff, but yeah, pretty easy setup. So I've got the rear camera installed. Did that yesterday, and today I wanted to do the quick video review. The audio was horrible that I recorded in yesterday, so we're going to do the full review, and I'm going to make sure and keep all of these buttons in view for y'all so you know what I'm talking about. Let's start at the top here, button number 1. So if you press this one time, it's going to change the channel source for you. So you've got 4 different channels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is your backup or your rear channel here. I believe it would be in order, so this would be like a front camera. I'm assuming the channel 2 and 3 are your side cameras, and then your rear camera is here, so it'd be front to back. Makes it pretty simple. You can scroll through the various channels, just tap the button. That's the S with the light symbol over here. 2, 3, and 4. So on these buttons, they have basically two settings. So that S is for the channel scan, and the light right beside it, you can see there, is actually for the night light. So you can see it's off here. There's no light bulb indication on that. So if I press and hold this, there it goes. Now it's on. So that means at night, when the photo cell reads that there is no light present on that, it's going to light up your camera when you have it in reverse, which is super handy. Going down, so this is your brightness. So we've got plus, and I'll just show you the minus here right underneath it. Up and down on your brightness here, pretty easy. That'll go away in just a couple seconds, or if you want to do it quickly, you just press the M. It'll go away once you press that. Okay, so pressing and holding the plus brightness over here, that's the secondary one here, is actually going to turn on and off your grid lines. So if you press and hold that, your grid lines will go away. I like to have them on. Just gives you a nice frame of reference once you get used to everything. So our deck is about 8 feet, so this is probably showing about a 10-foot line right here on red. That'll be my gauge. Pretty good indicator there. Okay. We already talked about the minus here. That's the brightness down. This bell here is your sound off and on. So when you press and hold that, I don't know why it's a bell and it's a speaker over here, but that's how they have it set up. You can see speaker is off. So that's your rear, sorry, it's right there. That's your rear audio, or that's your audio, I guess, in general, if you have side cameras too. We're going to keep that on. Then we've got our, yeah, this is just kind of like a return. I think in the menu settings, that's like a return button right there. Press and hold that. That's going to go into channel scan. So what this does is if you add a camera to your system and it's not showing up, you can channel scan it like that by pressing and holding that button right there. After a few seconds here, it'll go away, or I think we can, there we go. So the M is actually your menu button, and you can go into your different modes here inside the actual camera. So you've got your park line, picture, your Q mode. I guess that's probably like your standard for your channels, picture, okay, and then use your positive. So your positive will scan to the right, your negative will scan to the left, and then this is a return button, so that's like enter. Okay, so yeah, that'll change your color, brightness, contrast color, and the camera LED. So I guess that's the manual way that you can turn the light on and off in the back. Pairing mode, all of this stuff can be done by these quick buttons over here. You just press and hold. Okay, so we'll go out of that. Back to the main here. The green button here, you press this once and it's actually going to turn the whole camera system off and do a reset. It won't turn it back on until obviously you press that. See the Haloview pop up? The camera's already shut down. It comes back on automatically as long as you have at least your lights on and your 7-pin connected. Super easy. Press and hold, it's going to go into night mode, and what that's going to do is it's going to turn off the screen while you're driving. If you want to turn that back on, you just hit that button, but the light's going to stay green over there. And there's more in-depth information. If you want some of that, I'd highly recommend going to the user manual site. You can see everything on there, what the various modes and buttons do. There is also, I do know sorry, I didn't actually tell you what this one was. So this M with the squiggly, I learned what that was yesterday. That's a setting you can activate right there if you have side cameras that are set to trigger, meaning if you turn your blinker on like this and your blinker is flashing, it's going to turn either the right or the left blinker on depending on which one you activate. So that's what that's for. Really, really cool feature. I can't begin to tell you guys how excited we are to have the Haloview BT7 installed in our rig. We've always had to have 2 people in order to back up our trailer anywhere, mainly because we just didn't know what was back there. That, or it would just take a really, really long time because I would start to back up and then have to stop, get out and check, get back in if I was by myself, which I'm usually not. Sunny's usually there. But in this case now, I almost don't even need a backer. I'm probably going to have her be there for most of the time, just in case if there's something back there that I don't realize on the sides, left or right. But the field of view from this thing is awesome. Like it's a very wide path that you can see, and you can see very far back. So really excited to have this. When we're driving, I'll be able to see if somebody's tailgating us pretty easily, how close people are, how much room I have for passing and things like that. So highly recommend the Haloview BT7 system. It works great. It seems to work flawlessly. The speed at which the picture pulls up is almost instantaneous. So
Really, if you haven't done so already, could you please hit that like and subscribe buttons down at the bottom there? That would really help us out. We're almost to that 500 mark as of right now. We're at around 425, 430, somewhere in there, but we need your help. So if you could hit both of those buttons, that would really help us reach that goal that we have for ourselves, to hit that 500 mark as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining. This isn't a sponsored or promoted video at all. We purchased all of this on our own, so these opinions are definitely our own. But I like the product. I think it's going to be a very helpful tool for us to use in our RV adventures. So thanks for jumping on. We will talk to you guys all next week, and we will see you on Life Live Now.